All right then. Thank you so much. So my name is Overcomer Ibiteye.
This poem is titled In Zion. Read this as a mother in white robes, whispering names to a bottle of anointing oil. Your words are tumbling over each other, each breath stretching to infinity, to zero. Read this as a child tattooing the image of a whimpering parent on her skin. Read this as a teenager clutching a Bible and choking on a chorus. Bless the Lord, oh my. Testament of broken songs and lungs. Read this as a bullet wavering through the artery of a rosary. Read this as a rosary, falling, spinning like an asteroid, losing its wings and legs. Read this as a pair of brown legs, running away, zigzagging through gates, falling into a portrait of the Red Sea, into an interchange of crisis and the cosmos. Read this as a man on the cross, hair tilted to the left, legs bent to umbilicals, blood dancing a gig on the tongue, lips making a cassera of the silence in Zion. I write poetry because poetry is a beautiful way to express myself. It's a way I can share my thoughts and personal experiences in ways that I might not even be able to do in an everyday conversation or a one-to-one conversation. Sometimes I bottle up my thoughts and feelings till they become like fire in my bones. Poetry is a way of letting that fire out. Also, poetry for me is a form of rebellion. It's a beautiful eruption against a world that doesn't want you to be heard, a world that wants you to conceal your identity. So yes, that's why I write poetry. For the second question, on the 5th of June 2022, over 50 people were killed in a terrorist attack in a Catholic church here in Nigeria. So according to reports, the attackers wore military camouflage and they threw explosive devices in the building before opening fire indiscriminately. So while I was reading this report on this horrific event, I stumbled on photographs that showed children, adults, men and women in blood-stained dresses. And I wrote this poem not just to capture the big overview of the event, but even the small, seemingly insignificant details, like a teenager breaking off in the middle of a song, a toddler taking off blood from the arm of his mother, a rosary spinning at the force of a bomb. Small but mighty details. It's a poem that highlights the ravage of terrorists in the country during that period. For the third question, what tip would I give on how to write poetry? Well, first thing to do is to remember that there are no set rules. Allow yourself to explore your craft. Don't hold yourself back or worry about the final product. Some of your best work will come when you feel unconstrained and free. So just give yourself that freedom. Also, read the work of a variety of poets. Writing poems can be a very exciting activity, but you have to read. So just try to expose yourself to new and diverse voices. Also, join a poetry workshop. It could be online or even an on-site workshop. A workshop helps you to get feedback and constructive criticism on your work. And of course, hearing your work being picked apart for the first time may be a bit rough, but it's really a great way to make you a professional writer. Participating in writing workshops doesn't only involve accepting feedback, it also involves giving it. And this is great because it gives you a reason to expand your horizons and to gain exposure to different types of literature. It gives you an opportunity to learn new techniques to implement into your own work. Read the poem out loud. When you read a poem out loud, the music of the poem emerges and you can feel the shape of each word. As you move through it, you can feel the tone also. As you read, you can spot the rhymes, you can spot the recurring sounds that add emotions, that add impact and energy. Sound is not an accident in poetry, so examine how word choice, rhythm, and cadence makes the poem feel. When you're done with reading the poem, return to the beginning and see, how does the title play with the rest of the poem? Why did this poem need to be written? What is this poem yearning for? Read the poem out loud and, treat the poem with curiosity. Professor Wale Soyinka. And I say this because Soyinka is a vocal poet. He's not someone who holds back. He was very vocal about his dislike of Nigerian politics, and he was willing to put it all on the line to fight oppression and tyranny. During the Nigerian Civil War in the 1960s, he was arrested and imprisoned for 22 months as a result of an article he wrote. But then he never stopped writing. He never stopped speaking out against the failings of the government. Few years down the line, and he wins the Nobel Prize for Literature, the first African to win that prize. So Soyinka uses his writing as a vehicle for social change, with little or no concern for the impact it might have on his well-being. That ability to write even under pressure, that ability, that willingness to pour out your feelings, pour out your thoughts, even in the face of great opposition, is exemplary for me. Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to shout out to a magazine, which I'm the assistant editor in Nigeria. It's called the Shepherd's Magazine. It's a wonderful team of writers and editors. So I'll say shout out to them and to all Nigerian poets. Yeah.